Welcome. This is not a podcast. You know how this is not a podcast? Because you don't get 3 podcast episodes in one day. This is just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Yeah, man, 3 episodes in one day. Yes, I'm in my robe. I'm not tired. I'm comfortable. No hat on. I know like the majority of y'all, the vast majority of y'all who watch have never seen this. No hat on. I'm in my robe. It's a lot of work putting these together, man. But this is what we love. So you know, last night we got Family Matters from Drake. We got Meet the Grams from Kendrick. And I told you, man, that was a lot. That energy was a lot. Kendrick dropped a new one, Not Like Us, produced by Mustard, right? So, I said in my last video, I meant it. Like, it was just dark, the type of accusations that were going back and forth, but also the energy. I know a lot of y'all felt that. I know a lot of people try to clown me on it too. And, yo, man, what you talking about? This rap, this war, this whatever. Yeah, this is rap. It's not war. Like, calm down. It's gonna be all right. But the energy switches. Not Like Us. The energy switches. It's produced by Mustard. It's definitely a record that can go up in the function. That's what y'all say in LA, right? That's what y'all say in the West Coast. Hey, DJ Head. That's what y'all say, man. It goes up in the function, right? I got the terminology right. The beat has a bounce to it, but it also has like these synth stabs that sound like some Wu-Tang RZA. I don't know if that is what Mustard was going for, but it reminded me of like RZA, but it's definitely Mustard, but it reminded me of a little Wu-Tang. And then they got that little soulful horn break. Beat is really dope. Like right off the bat, I hear the beat is dope. Another thing to note here is that, Kendrick is known for taking time with his records. A lot of people didn't think he could keep up the pace. Kendrick, again, drops an album, then we don't see him for 5 years, and then he comes back. And so at the beginning of this battle, a lot of the conversation was, could Kendrick keep up the pace with Drake? And Drake, like, in this modern day, invented the back-to-back, right, in the Meek Mill battle. Kendrick's not keeping up. Kendrick is controlling the pace right now, especially with this record. He's been doing the back-to-back thing with Euphoria, with 616 in LA. Then we got Drake with Family Matters. Then we got Kendrick with Meet the Grams, and we got another one. He just doubled up on them. So, in a little over 24 hours, we got 3 Kendrick records. And honestly, I never quite seen anything like this in hip hop. I feel like, and I forget because it's foggy. And I'm still going to give you that video on Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss. But I feel like those responses came quick in the mixtape era. But, we didn't have the internet then. So I don't know if it like a matter of hours just feels crazy. So we just going to get into it, right? Record starts off, I See Dead People. This goes back to Kendrick's Euphoria line, the one about Haley Joel Osment. But he was talking about Joel Osteen. Like maybe he was doing some word bending there. I'm just being honest. I know a lot of y'all say that y'all get it. I didn't get it. But I See Dead People is definitely a callback to the Euphoria line about the kid who starred in The Sixth Sense, right? And that was his classic line in the movie. I see dead people. So, he starts off, man, like, and he's already like on the bop. He's on the bounce. Kendrick got like the voice is kicking, Mustard on the beat, ho. Debo when he rapping, he a freak though. Man down, calling the ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail it to the cross. He walk around like he Tizo. So Tizo touchdown. Y'all know. I know somebody who's young, the younger viewers definitely know this, but Tizo touchdown wears like the nails in his hair. So this is a good line right out the back. It gives you like a good visual. Nail him to the cross. He walking around like he Tizo. That's a good line. Right out the bat, Dot's energy is different. It's more fun. It's more playful. Still vicious. Like he's still talking about some serious stuff in this record. The content of Drake being a pedophile and just OVO having those type of activities is still here. So that's still crazy. That's just that's a crazy thing to put on somebody. But the energy is up. And I forgot about the cover too. Actually, speaking of the whole sex offender thing, it's a bird's eye view, a Google map pic probably of Drake's crib with a bunch of sex offender dots like on the crib. Like when you register, like when you're convicted of a like if you're a sex offender, right? You have to register and on the map there's like these red dots. So that's the cover. So that angle's not going away. You know, it's nasty work, but the gloves are off. So what's up with these jabroni ass trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me. Fuck them all and they mama. How many ops you really got? I mean, there's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body. I'm John Stockton. John Stockton is the NBA all-time assist leader. It's pretty self-explanatory if you watch basketball. So I'm gonna pass on this body. That's a bar. Plus, John Stockton, this is like the weird part, right? And I don't know if Kendrick meant this, but John Stockton did play alongside Karl Malone. Famously, they were a famous duo in the NBA. Karl Malone, who after, you know, he took a paternity test. You know, it was reported that he impregnated a 13-year-old minor. He was maybe 20. He was in college at the time. And took a paternity test and it proved that he was the father. So dark stuff, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still dark. Like, it's heavy stuff. You know, when Kendrick goes off, beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. You know, that's speaking to his duality, right? We know that Kendrick is deeply spiritual and religious and his relationship with God. He raps about a lot. But, you know, I called that, like, after Like That, I said Kendrick is in his bully era. Like, it really feels like Kendrick Lamar, the villain. Like, he's going bad on this one. Like he's willing, like I said yesterday, like both of them just dragged each other down to hell. Like it just felt like in the depths of hell. Like he's going bad. He's in his villain era. And remember, you know, Kendrick was the one that asked for this on Like That. Like, of course, there were subs for the past 10 years of these guys going back and forth. But Kendrick really drew a line. He really issued the challenge on Like That. And seems like he's ready, definitely, and he's ready to go bad. So, you know, he says, sometimes you got to pop out and show him, certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up the score with him. Walk him down whole time. I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Remember, Drake started the extortion talk on the push-ups, you know, suggesting that Top was extorting Dot. You know, drop and give me 50. Extortion, baby. Your whole life you've been shook up. So, you know, Drake kind of started this extortion talk. You know, Dot talked about, you know, as soon as they get off the plane, and then, you know, Drake is like, well, I'm gonna wear all my chains to Delilah. So yeah, man, this is crazy. Say, Drake, I hear you like him young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. Self-explanatory, right? Basically, don't go to jail. And that goes back to Kendrick saying, like, also, like, I think people like him should die on Meet the Grams. He had that, like, right with the Harvey Weinstein line. And, you know, when it comes to sex offenders, in our culture, there's just strict feelings on how that is handled. Like, you know, so just playing on that. It isn't a deep metaphor or anything. It's just this is how our culture feels like. If you do those crimes, this is how you need to be handled. You better not go to cell block 1. Like, it's gonna get bad for you. Now the OVO members get this. Chubbs, Party Next Door, Baca. So, you know, tell me Chubbs the only one that got your hand-me-downs, and Party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? I'm not even gonna try to do the Kendrick voice, but he got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles. Okay, so I spoke on the Baca Nice situation in the Meet the Grams video, but just for factual information, in 2014, he was arrested on human trafficking, procuring prostitution, and assault charges. A 22-year-old woman claimed that she was forced into prostitution from him. He pled guilty to the assault, and he was freed after spending 10 months in jail. The human trafficking and the prostitution charges were officially dropped. So he was never convicted of those charges. He pled to an assault. There's been reported on Billboard, Toronto Sun, a host of other news sites. So I'm just giving you the facts as I find them. And then there's just Kendrick having fun, right? Wop, dot, fuck him up. Wop, I'm gonna do my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord that's probably A minor. I mean, Kendrick's the one trolling that. Like, look, again, this is dark. Like, these are serious accusations, but the A minor line is pretty funny. You know, trying to strike a chords in A minor. the whole pedophile angle minor. So y'all get the wordplay. But a fun fact, the song is actually in B minor. That's according to D-Mile. He's a Grammy Award winning producer, songwriter, worked with her, Silk Sonic, super, super talented. So he was on Twitter. He was like, man, they should redo this song and change it to A minor, like on some nerd shit. I don't think they'll do that. But fun fact, so the song is in B minor. They Not Like Us, that's the chorus, nothing to that. We get into the Tupac stuff now, right? You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac? I think that Oakland show gonna be your last stop. Pac was born in New York. His first name was MC New York, for y'all who don't know, but Pac was actually born in New York, spent a lot of time in Maryland and the Bay, and where he really became Pac was in the Bay. He had strong ties in the Bay. That's really where he came up. That's really where he became who he is, with Digital Underground, and his career really started to take off. So we know Drake used an AI Pac voice to diss Dot on the Taylor Made freestyle, and the Pac estate made him take it down. Drake claimed that Dot put him up to it on Family Matters, that he was the one who got the Pac estate all riled up to have the record taken down. Who knows? I don't know. I can also see the Pac estate just doing that on their own. Like, it's their job to be protective. Did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending. That's the next line. I'm not sure what Drake did to Cole, so maybe we'll find out later. That's another wrinkle. What is the owl? Bird bitches go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they not slow. For one, Drake has been active on IG stories, so shape the stories how you want. Drake has been dropping a lot of memes on IG stories, so maybe that's that. But really, what I think this definitely goes back to family ties, where Drake alleged that Dave Free had a baby with Kendrick's lady, and that Kendrick beat his children's mother. I know I didn't believe any of it. Like, it just sound, especially the Dave Free thing, even just the way the bar sounded across. I'm like, dog, this don't even sound believable. So. And I think then when you look on social media, I don't think a lot of people believed it. So shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they not slow. The audience not dumb. So and I said this, and I was pretty adamant about this. I think we need the truth. I don't think you get by on a lie here, or any look, it's a rap battle. Rappers are professional liars, but like I said in my last video, I hold both of these guys to a high standard. So you could just say anything about anybody. So we'll see though. Rabbit hole still deep. I can go further. I promise. Ain't that something? Be Rad stands for bitch, and you Malibu Most Wanted. So for y'all who don't know, Malibu Most Wanted was a movie in 2003 with Jamie Kennedy. He played a white rapper named B Rad. He was basically trying to be this hardcore rapper, trying to just play this role like a white rapper, like using black stereotypes and trying to get on. I never even seen the movie. That's the summation. Maybe somebody could sum it up better, but that's the gist of the movie. I've seen trailers, I've seen clips. I was never interested in seeing the movie, but so this goes back to how Kendrick has said that he viewed Drake at the beginning of this battle, when he put his blackness, or how Drake uses his blackness, into question. It's kind of like Kendrick views Drake as somebody who's like cosplaying in rap. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no law, boy, you a boy. Better fetch Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. So Kendrick Lamar EP came out at the end of 2009. I was working at Double XL at the time. Before that, he went by K-Dot, but his first official project with him as Kendrick Lamar was the Kendrick Lamar EP. So yeah, this is the first time that he really. I had like heard joints before, but this is the first time like I really paid attention, because he had like the Lil Wayne mixtape, and I had the C3. I had heard joints off of that. But this is the first time I really paid attention to Kendrick songs. Like P&P is still one of my favorite Kendrick songs to this day. Faith, Bitch I Do This. It's a really, really dope project. All right, we'll continue on. Kendrick is just clowning here. You'll get a wedgie be flipped over your boxes. That might be the atomic wedgie. I don't know. I never got a wedgie, dog. That's crazy. You get a wedgie be flipped over your boxes. What over yo for? The other vaginal option, pussy. It's just jokes. Better straighten up their posture, get famous all up in Compton, might write this for the doctrine, tell the pop star to quit hiding, fucking caption, and want action. Drake has been posting a lot of IG stories, a lot of memes. They've been funny though. Like I'm not gonna lie. What was it? The 10 things I hate about you. I thought that was a funny meme that he posted. Even the Denzel, the Equalizer one, where he's like, man, I'm gonna kill ya, and the only thing that upsets me is I only get to do it once. They've been funny as long as he's dropping music. Like my thing is, yeah, drop them all the memes you want, but you can't drop memes and not drop music. As long as you dropping music, have fun, do your thing. It's always the music over memes over here. All right. No accident. I'm hands on. Might fuck around and get polished. Fucked on Wayne girl while he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. When Wayne was locked up in Rikers, he found out that Drake slept with his girl. Though, the details are a little sketchy. Though, it might have been that Drake slept with her first, and then Wayne became involved with her, and Wayne didn't know. And then Wayne found out later. It's all some like TMZ shit. But Wayne had wrote it in a book. If you listen to 6'7", Wayne alludes to it, right? He has the line, "Had my heart broken by this woman named Tammy." Y'all know the rest, man. I don't want to disrespect Tammy. I interviewed her once. You know what I'm saying? It would be interesting if her name kind of comes up in this again. But I interviewed her once back when I was at MTV. She was super cool. So had my heart broken by this woman named Tammy. For those wondering, that's what that line means. I'm glad the Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither. He's talking about DeMar DeRozan, who used to play for the Raptors, Toronto Raptors in Canada. Canada didn't deserve him. DeMar DeRozan's from Compton, and he's playing with the Bulls now. From Alondra down to Central. Better not speak on Serena. So he's like defending or kind of going up for everything having to do with Compton. Better not speak on Serena. Serena Williams, another Compton native. Drake and Serena supposedly had a thing back in the day. Drake's rapped about her before, but on Middle of the Ocean, Drake sent some bars to her husband, and it was like, why? Like a lot, like everybody was like, why? Like for real? But so the bars was, sidebar, Serena, your husband's a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no, boo. It's like you coming for sushi. We might pop up on them at will like Suzuki. So was threatening Serena's husband. He don't seem like much of a threat, but those are the bars in the Middle of the Ocean. So, Kendrick is coming to Serena's defense here. And Kendrick continues on. Your homeboy need a subpoena. The predators moving flocks. The name got to be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you like another line of walk. So the lean, the walk, pretty self-explanatory. He has all eyes on me, and I'm going to send it up like Pac. Hey, put the whole label on me, and I'm going to get him dropped. Hey, Sweet Chin music, and I won't pass the aux. So Sweet Chin music is Shawn Michaels. I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but I do know Shawn Michaels. I know the Sweet Chin music, his finishing move. He basically just kicks you in the face, and it's lights out. So just some wordplay here. Sweet Chin music. So, just the finishing move, like I'm burying you, right? Like it's over. Sweet Chin music. And I won't pass the aux. So sounds like Kendrick plans to keep going too. It'll be interesting to see if he'll drop a third one. So, I won't pass the aux. How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. So, he's talking about diss tracks here, right? Like the Sweet Chin music. I'm not going to pass the aux. How many stocks do I have in stock? And he just does the countdown. So seems like he has a lot of diss tracks loaded up. Again, which is interesting because this one, I keep hearing, and you can hear it in the rhymes because there's things that he responds to that was in Family Matters. But this one is brand new. I was told that this one was cooked up today, and as soon as it was cooked up, it was sent out. Devil is a lie. He a 69 guard. Hey, freaky ass. Need to stay their ass aside. Hey, 69 guard is funny. Obviously Drake calls himself the 6 guard. So 69 guard is funny. Just more jokes. The whole song has been pretty straightforward by Kendrick standards, right? Like not too much to the code. It's all right there for you. Instead, he's just kind of flowing to the beat. He's like switching pockets, couple of voice changes, but it really sounds like he's having fun. Like he's really kind of enjoying this battle, as opposed to the last one, which was this really dark record. But he gets into the lesson here. Like now it's classic Dot, right? Like now is like a setup for something. And I thought this was dope. But still he keeps the bounce. He keeps the flow. Like, but he says, once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still doubled down, calling us some slaves. This goes to Drake's Family Matters line, right? Y'all caught it, where Drake said, out here begging for attention, say please, always rapping like you're about to get the slaves freed. In my Family Matters video, I was explaining like there's this huge difference between the two artists. Yes, Drake was being funny, but Dot does talk to the upliftment of black people in a ton of songs. Drake doesn't really approach music in that way. It's a fundamental difference between them. Drake is often criticized for that. So, here Dot starts to break him down. He took Drake's line and he's about to use it against him and break him down. Now, this is the line that proves that Dot did this after he heard Family Matters. So, that came out around, I'm on the East Coast. That was maybe around 11 o'clock, 11:30. Maybe it was 8:30 over there. But again, I was told the record was recorded on Saturday and uploaded when it was done. But here's the lesson. Here's the breakdown. He says, Atlanta was the mecca building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put you on the game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. So he gives us the history lesson, right? Again, the whole free the slaves thing is the upliftment of people. So, here Kendrick is talking about like, people were being used, like, what I'm saying? Like for to build railroads and trains, to make other people richer, settlers, people who came. So we lived in this town and they used them to build the railroad system to make the settlers richer, the newcomers richer, right? So he's starting to break him down. Now he's going to flip it. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Remember, Atlanta was the mecca building railroads. So now he modern day. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This is the real challenge. You call Future when you didn't see the club. So Drake first jumped on Future's Tony Montana record in 2011, and they've been collaborating ever since. Even though there was a little beef, if y'all remember, Drake didn't do the video for Tony Montana, and Future was upset. But they got past that. Did What a Time to Be Alive together. They have a whole bunch of collaborations. They have Wait For You, a whole bunch, right? So, of course, Future and Drake are at odds now with the Future and Metro album. Like, clearly they're at odds. So he goes on, right? You call Future when you didn't see the club. Lil Baby helped you get your lingo up. 21 gave you false street cred. Thug made you feel like a slime in your head. Quavo said you could breathe from the north side, while Two Chainz said you good, but he lied. Little wordplay there. 2 Chainz said you good, but he lied. Drake and 2 Chainz first collab, it's called No Lie, back in 2012. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. Now, you're not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. So he flipped the whole railroad thing and you come here, you settle here when you need to get your money up, and you collaborate with Future and Baby and 21 and Thug and Quavo. And again, he's painting it as Drake is using them. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague, you're a fucking colonizer. Kendrick played this. This is masterful. Again, just going back to his theory from Euphoria about Drake's relationship with his own blackness to gain a foothold in rap and Drake, painting Drake as an outsider. And maybe a lot of this didn't come naturally to him. He also talked about it in Meet the Grams about not having the handshakes and the friends in the beginning and being like basically an outsider. So also possibly with the line, how many black features do you feel black enough? Like obviously all the features from Future, Lil Baby, 21, Thug, maybe song features too, but that may be a little stretch, but it did make me think of that line. Then he goes, the family matter and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show y'all a liar. It was God's plan to show y'all a liar. So, he twisted Drake's Family Matters on him. Dot is saying, the lies that Drake told, the Dave Free lie, the lie about Whitney. At least Kendrick is claiming, hey, these things ain't true. The family matter and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show y'all the liar. And then he just starts clowning. He a fan. Freaky ass 69 guard. He's just going on. And then also at the end, the OV ho is OV ho call and response part is hilarious. You know, the let me hear you say OV ho. Like, I don't know. I just see that going up, like at shows. Like, I feel like Dot should shoot a video for this, and like a block party, maybe shut down the Staples, that little area where the Staples is at, and throw a barbecue and have kids come out, but they could do it on any block. I'm sure there's better blocks to do it, and just perform the record. And I think the video should be fun. I think it should be the juxtaposition. You know, me being from New York, we see those videos, those Cali videos of those functions, those kickbacks, those parties, and it looks fun. So yeah, I think the video should be fun. It should be like kids in the video and old folks and like burgers and whatever, right? And then but the juxtaposition is that it's a really deep record. So my thought on the subject matter, it's still serious, man. The pedophile stuff is really like you know what that is, and it's like, damn, I hope not. Like that'd be crazy. Like, I hope not. Like, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again. But, I don't necessarily believe it. Again, you got to see proof of that. But it isn't as dark as last night's records. You know what I'm saying? Like this feels like more in line where the battle should go. It doesn't gut punch you the same way. And I'm sure Kendrick designed Meet the Grams like that on purpose, right? But maybe I'll feel, I'm talking about myself, a little better about those records from last night in the breath when you kind of take a step back and this whole thing is over and you see all the different types of records that came out. But last night was tough. But I like this here. He's showing versatility. Drake is also famous for club records, for bops, as they say. And, you got to make the diss record a bop. Back to Back was like a real popular record. And again, Kendrick, people thought maybe he was going to be more cerebral, that, you might not be used to Kendrick making records like this. He absolutely can. He absolutely has in his career. But the fact that he came out with a record like this, I mean, this got him up right now. Like, he's up. I don't think he's going to let up. The ball is in Drake's court. It'll be funny. I don't think we've ever seen Drake tested like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick is a different beast. And I don't think he's going to let up. It'll be interesting to see, like, does Drake drop next, or does Kendrick, like, triple up and drop another one? Like, is he going to wait, or is he just going to keep bombing on him? I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen next. I know Drake is going to respond. But this record is dope. This record is like a real highlight of, the past month that we've been talking about this. I think this record is going to be a real standout. But those are just my thoughts. Hit me in the comment. Let me know what you think. Peace.